Hey guys, Dib the Awesome here to give you yet another Monster Legend Cell informational video, and today we're looking at a brand new spanking feature in the Monster Cell Lab, and that is Elemental Cells. These are, in all honesty, farmable Elementium. That's right, folks, farmable Elementium, though there are rules with it. There are two major ones. One, they follow the same rules as Elementium, therefore you cannot use them to just straight up craft everything you want, or that you don't have yet. You do need 80 cells at the very least for that specific monster if you don't have it done yet, or you don't have it in your book yet. If you don't have the monster itself, you can't use them for that. You have to have at least 80 in order to use them at that point. And the other major rule is it's type-specific Elementium, which means you can't just farm a bunch of fire Elementium and then just use it, the fire cells, the fire Elementium, fire elemental cells on any other nature. Yeah, it's specifically for fire monsters. So when you do this, when you do use these for farming, you're ranking up for your non-breedable monsters, ideally you want to aim for a specific one. My personal recommendation is things that you lack in. For me specifically, I think light monsters is a kind of a weak bane for me. I don't have a whole lot of ranked up light monsters, so to be able to rank up a few would be pretty nice. Which means I would farm a bunch of Arknights to get that done. And it's weird because you just heard me say this was farmable Elementium, and I'm bringing up like Arknight. What does Arknight has to deal with it? Well, being's the fact you only really get 10 of that specific elemental cells at 100 and up regardless of what it is. Ideally, you just want to use the basic breedables to get the job done. So that's ideal. But basically, this is a time thing. At some point, after a long period of time, at least like the whole year, grind like the whole year, you could potentially walk away with a fully ranked up non-breedable monster, and you didn't even have to spend a single gem on it, because most of the resources you used were in-game resources like the food and or gold, because you're using food to feed the monsters to 100, and then you extract them, and then you're using the gold to produce the food. Those are really the only two resources you use. I guess a space too for extracting monsters, that's also a space, that's also something that's being used. So always have like a space open for extracting monsters. That's what I recommend. I do that myself. I have like this little spot down here reserved for ranking and or extracting monsters. It's not this one, is it this one? One of these spots holds like my monsters. I think I think I haven't moved my Balor yet, but this is usually the spot where I put all my extract, just there's one spot open for an extraction pit. I call it the extraction pit, and it's exclusively for extracting monsters. So always have like an extraction slot open. If you don't want to use a land space, you could always use a bank space. So you have your vault open. You can always save a single slot. I do believe they give you like 2 or 3 open slots, or just one. So you can use that one monster vault slot for your stuff, for your extraction. So that's the thing I do. But you get my point. Now, being's the fact you only get 10, it's ideal just to focus on one element. So again, focus on the specific element, and you're good, you're solid, you're fine as one. And that's why I'm going to work on light. That's because light's my weakest, my weakest thing, and I like to stop having that being my weakness thing. I think I'm going to work on L-Canine first. This is kind of just like an off-topic, but I think I'm going to get him done first because he's really good. He's got a lot of deny skills. He's got a lot of support capabilities, and he's got tough for a trait. And he's just really good. I'd like to get that done. Or at least rank 3. Ideally, if you don't want to rank a monster up all the way, if you want to save yourself a huge journey, like in order to even get anything done, I believe, or at least even close to done, it takes 1.5 years to get at least a monster done in the Battle of Odds. That's assuming you get 10 of that specific monster a month. That means you're getting 100 cells per month, because you've gotten like 10 Arknights or 10 Worker Hulks a month. That's all monthly based. It depends on how good your luck is. And if your luck is really good and you're getting 10 a month, that's a really good yield I'd imagine like at least 3 to 5 is realistic a month. I think 3 to 5 is more realistic, and that means it takes longer to get stuff done, but it's farmable. At some point it gets done, and there's even dungeons to help you out with that. With the release of Elemental Cells, they have introduced quite a few new things, such as daily packs, where you can spend $10 for a chest and like 20 of that specific cells in 5 Elementium. This isn't good. Don't buy these. Like I went on the Discord today, and I'm seeing all these people just get like garbage, like no ranked up. It says there's a chance to get like up to a rank 4 monster. The probability of even getting a ranked monster is really, really dirt low. I've seen all these people post all their luck with this. It's just terrible. But this is theoretically a way to kind of buy the elemental specific cells. It's not worth it. Don't do it. It's expensive. It's $10. Don't do it. But the other nice way I really like is through daily dungeons. I wonder if this. I don't know if this is just for the opening release, but if this is a normal thing from now on, totally do these dungeons. Totally clear it. You basically get a total of 5 for a specific cell, 5 for a specific element. I mean, and 2 for the other. Because basically the chest gives you 3 cells of a specific element for either of these 2, and the rest of the dungeon will just give you 2 of the one that you didn't get 3 of, if that makes any sense. These dungeons also give you other various rewards, so you should do them. It gave me like a rune and like a bronze chest, so it's pretty good. I like it. Those are another ways to add on to your farming. It helps a lot. Now I have 5 of every elemental cell here because I got a chest on release. This is the day when this elemental cells were released. But basically the way you farm these cells is through the basic breedings. You have to have the basic breeding monster pairings, and then you just breed them, extract them at 100, and you get 10 per extraction. Only do 10 per extraction. There's no reason not to, given the rates of actually getting a basic breeding. You should make the most of it. Does it cost you food? Yeah, but it makes advantage of it. You really should take advantage of all the basic breedings that you do get, and then being able to extract them for your non-breedable monsters to be able to rank up. Ideally, you do want to use them to rank up. There's really you can use them to break 20s too, but ideally you just kind of want to work towards having a few good ranked up monsters, specifically at least rank 3 for a lot of popular monsters, really strong monsters, specifically deniers too. I know that was a lot to take in. Basically, if you can have like a decent roster of really good high tier ranked up deniers like L-Canine or your Nemesis monsters, that's ideal. I know I just said like L-Canine and then Nemesis monsters, but you get my example. A few other top tier deniers would be Joustar, Kihaku, Hackster. I know those are like several elements, but you get my point. Work at one at a time. This is a yearly thing. Honestly, this pretty much takes a year, but by the end of that year, you should have a pretty good ranked up monster in your arsenal, which is really, really nice. I do believe you need like 164. It's either 164, 162, or 166 to get this done. In terms of like a fully ranked monster, if you wanted a fully ranked monster for a specific element, I think it takes 164 of that breedable monster to get it done. So yeah, again, obviously this takes time, like monthly and all that jazz. Again, if you get like 10 a month, okay, let's say you get like 10 breedables a month, essentially you get 1,200 cells per year, which means half of that year you'll probably get the done. So it takes a year and a half to probably get it done, and I think it's worth it to be able to get it like a 130 monster, especially a denier. Specifically work on a denier first. I think it's really worth it, especially top tier 1. Only work on the top tier deniers. Save these cells for top tier deniers. Get them done so you have a chance in PvP. That's what I highly recommend. Yeah, was there anything really else to say about elemental cells? I I don't really think so, no. But again, work on one element at a time. Don't just multitask these. It's not a good way, or it's not a good efficient way to work on this. You should work on one at a time. Work on a specific project. Basically, let's say you get like, I gave you that specific number of 164. I do believe you could break like that down into, or like 162. You basically, like, if you, in total, like, let's say you had like 120 cells, I do believe you could break that into 2 rank 3 monsters. I think that's what it broke down to. But ideally, again, you just want to work on a specific monster, at least get that done. Again, just specifically Denars. I don't think I have anything else to note. But if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. If I have information on it, I'll give you a good answer. But yeah, that's genuinely it for this video. Overall, I'm very pleased with this new feature. To be able to, rank up your non-breedables, your top tier monsters just by extracting basic stuff that you can just straight up get naturally. And it just takes, natural resource. That's good. I like it. I'm Dib the Awesome, and I'll catch you guys later.